Hi everybody, Carissa here with Inky Fairy Designs for the Greeting Farms Tip Me Tuesday. And I am coloring this adorable digi called Coraline. She's a new mermaid bean that was just released along with her sister. So you can get them both in the Greeting Farms store right now. They're digital stamps, so you get them right away, no waiting. I love that. Just want to let you know that I do not color this fast, so this is sped up so that we can get through this video and this coloring in a timely manner. I know that my time is always precious, and I know yours is too, so as much as it's hard to speed things up, I think coloring, it's okay. You can really kind of see how the color is laying down. And get that kind of quick lesson. I don't know. So let's just get right into the coloring. I lay down my lightest color first, and then I go in with my mid-tone, and then I'll bring in the shadow color, which I use the BV20 for that, and then I'll go over that with the darkest color, which is the E95, and tone that down, blend it out a little bit. And then right now I'm just going back in with each of those colors and blending it all in again, and getting that to kind of be a little bit smoother after I added all of the blush. So that's the skin tone. And you can see I have my colors listed on the grid paper that I have, and I also have the marker caps at the top of the screen for you as well. So I have to apologize here because of the way that I color using the very tip of my markers. You can't really see a whole lot. My hand is in the way just because of the angle of the camera. So hopefully you can get an idea of how I am laying down the color. But again, I start with my lightest color, which is the G02. Then I'm going in with the YG09 and blending that out. And then I'm taking the G16 and just darkening up all of those shadows, and this is just the first layer of color. And now I'm bringing in my darkest color, which is the BG49, and adding that around all of those shadows and kind of deepening up all of those areas. And then I'll go in and kind of work my way back to the lightest color and blending them further into the white area. So when I first lay down my color for the hair, I leave a lot of white area, and that's because I want the highlights to be really light. So I don't want to oversaturate my image with my first layer of color. I'm just laying it down and kind of mapping out where I want my shadows, where I want my highlights, and then when I come in with my second layer, I can bring that in further into the white so you can see how that white area is getting filled in now as I'm going back in and filling in those areas with each color. And so for the lightest area, rather than keeping it white, I'm bringing in Y02. And this is just adding kind of a sun-kissed look to her hair. I really wanted a fun color for the mermaid. And this reminds me of like the ocean color, where I have lots of different colors of G's, of greens and blue greens. And that yellow just adds a really bright highlight to the hair. So now I'm coming in with my third layer, and I'm just going over all of those shadows with my darkest color, and then I will blend it out with each color one more time, and then my hair will be done. So I really like that unique um, uh, combination of adding the yellow to this hair color because it just gives it a different look than if I would have just kept it with all of the greens. And because I use the yellow green, it really blends nicely with this hair color. So I'm going around all of the stars with my darkest color and just deepening up the shadows around her face and around each kind of dark area, and then I'll take the yellow one more time and lightly go around the entire image and just blend it together one more time. So now I'm going in with the tail, and I'm using pretty much, I didn't lay out the colors for this, but I'll have all the colors listed on the blog and the YouTube description. But I'm just using kind of like a lighter tone of the colors in her hair. So it's the same color families, but in a lighter, I guess, color, so that it blends nicely and kind of brings a cohesive look to the entire image. And to make the tail look more like it has some scales, I used the stippling technique and added just tiny dots around the shadows rather than my normal blending with the flicking. I just kind of added some dots here and there on the right side of the tail, and that gives it some texture and dimension without over blending it. So I really like that look whenever I'm working on mermaid tails. So I just finished up the image by adding some purple to the stars and the seashells for a contrast color, and added some Wink of Stella to the entire tail and stars to add some sparkle, and that pretty much completes the image. I fussy cut my mermaid out and put her on a watercolor background that I had that really matched this image, and here is a close-up of the coloring and the image on my card. I hope that this video helped give you some ideas on how to use some different colors on the hair to add some highlights, and I'll see you next time.